Hey, Grego's here. How you going? So here we are, chili. What are we going to do with you, chili? So what we're going to do is what we have to do. And look, hear me out. This is what happens, you see. I've got to stop walking around while making these videos. Makes you seasick, doesn't it? So what happens is people go, oh, I want my bloody Kombi painted. And some shop will go, oh yeah, sure, we'll do it for bloody X amount. And they just bloody slap a coat on this and, slap a coat on the top there as part when they're painting the roof, and they leave it in the place. That is the worst thing you can do. You wait and see. And this is one of the better ones, I can already tell, but I guarantee you, we have rust repairs to do on the roof and we want to get stuck into them. So how do I get the pop top off? Right, okay, so what we're going to do is separate the top from the bottom. We were going to try and take it off in one hit, but that is damn hard unless you got 4 people. So we notice that this thing's just already just chilling there. We've got a screw there. We've got a bolt there, like a 13mm or something. So we'll unbolt that and pull out these couple of screws. And then we'll actually probably lower it down because it's all sort of spring loaded. We'll lower it down and then sort of lift it up, lift the top up with the 2 of us and send it out. So the way to go then is just separate, because I'll guarantee you, we've done this before where we've taken a complete pop top off, base as well, with 2 people, and it almost killed us. So best thing to do is, I think, separate it, and then we'll put fresh bolts in and all that, make it more solid than what it is now once we join them together. So we'll paint them separately and everything. So where am I at? So then you've got to take the base off. So how do we do that? So what you'll see along here is some rusty screws. That one's just sort of sitting there like it was such a bad design. Well, I don't know how much screw is left on there. That's looking pretty ordinary. Yeah, so you got to try and unscrew. Well, it sort of shows you how much purchase they have in the roof, because if you can turn that by hand, then yeah. So this, as you can see, seal's all brittle. Whoa. So, here we go. Hang on. Oh, peekaboo. I can see daylight through there. All right, so we already got our first rust hole, but without even taking it off. Okay, so that's the story. You gotta remove. By the way, the owner has removed all the canvas. I bet you he had a great old time ripping all these staples out, which have all got to be pulled out, by the way. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, where was I? So yeah, you can always try and get these flathead screws out, but the point is that if they're rusty or the heads are rusty, then more often than not you'll end up just cutting them off. So use a grinder to cut them off. And then on the inside you will see that we have some small Phillips head screws there. So you work they got a bit of fluff attached to them. So yeah, you just undo them. They should be all the way around, except for the back there, because it's a different profile. So you can see all those screws there, they've all got to come out, right? So this is after you take the top part off. If you're doing this and you want to fix the rust and whatever, use, how's that light? Is that better? Use and keep the sock, as they call it, the usually made of canvas or breathable fabric for these pop tops. If you reuse the sock, like if it's still good, then you've pretty much got no option then to remove all these screws that are holding the base on, and getting 4 people. So you get 2 at the front and 2 at the back, and then lift the whole thing up with the top attached, because there's just no, it's quite a job to attach a new sock from the top to the bottom. And yeah, so that's what you got to do. So I think, looking at this, is this a Sopru? Probably a Sopru. Grego should know these things. But yeah, so it looks like all the other Soprus that we've done, where they just do like a bit of a rough cut there and then shove it in the hole, really. So you've got to remove all this insulating material. Oh, you can already see the holes on the inside that we've got to patch. Ooh, and that's right under the lip. So this is why we prefer to use an adhesive sealant instead of these flexible seals, to keep all the water out, like I've done the one on hang on, can't zoom in while I'm recording. You can see the base on Bosley's roof is virtually, you almost can't see it, it's just blended in with the roof. But anyway, the owner wants this original looking seal, which is okay, but we are going to use our traditional method of putting that polyurethane sealer underneath the seal, so that the seal is there just for the looks more than anything. Oh, okay, here's the other design fault, righto. So, on these roofs they had a little return lip there, you see it running? And there is a gap there, and that, look at the movement there, and the water just, you're right there, Andrew, you're getting into it. So the water just like runs down the gutter from the front here, and then just runs underneath there, and then it just pulls up in there, and then it just starts rusting away. So what you have to do is see how that's actually snapped off down the side there, or cut off, or whatever. That's what you got to do down both sides, so that the water can run free in the channel. So it was actually what I call a factory design fault. So you're better off to at least trim that down to half, that little lip, or if not, remove it altogether, and then glue that sucker down the side. And then, you know, this movement here, that's crap, you know. I think you should have some rivets down there to hold it tight against the body. And that's what it's about. You have it just sealed 100% around. So, so that's our plan. That's our plan of attack. We're going to take the top off. Looks like it's all loosened off. Be careful, it might just take off on you, Andrew. It can happen. Wait till I'm there to help. All right, so yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I'll check back in a minute. Later. The solid one over there. Red hasn't got it back on yet. So you go on the outside, you play with both. I got it. Oh, the fibreglass is going to be badass pitch. Alright, that's it. Alright, drop it down. Now it should just lift off. Still recording. Let's just see if we can make it hold. Yeah, Oh, you
Yeah,
put
so-
some gloves on? I'm putting gloves on. I've got heaps of gloves here. Just whatever. All right, no, leave it there. I'm just going to take my phone off here. All right, that was great success. Not really, we had a few dramas. We haven't actually, we've done quite a few of these now, but we've always taken the whole thing off holeless bolus. That was the first time we sort of took it off separate. And we had a few dramas. To be honest, it sort of went a bit bloody haywire for a bit there, and I just thought, no, I'm not gonna show that. Probably should have, because it would have been really funny. Not really. So what we've done, what you got to do is once you've loosened off everything from the loosened off all the any sort of brackets or supports, or these had these things in here, anything to stop this main channel from lifting up, you've got to undo that. So just check that. These things, this side had a few extra brackets and the other side didn't have any, so it might vary as to what mods have gone on over the years. But basically what we had to do is lift up very carefully, have one person on the outside of the car here. So Andrew was out here, I lifted up on the inside, and we got a cable tie and put it underneath the channel, and I'll show you what that looks like. So, right, so you can see that there. Right, so that's how we did it, because these things are under spring pressure and they just will pop down on you, and then just make it too bloody hard to take off, you know. So that plan that we come up with in about a minute worked quite well. So you just got to tuck it, get someone on the outside and tuck it underneath, and then the person on the inside pulls the cable tie through over the top of that, and that just prevents the whole thing from springing out like nuts. So once that happens, then you can, what am I lying on the bloody ground for? Once that happens, you can just lift it up and then move it forward a bit, and then just sort of sit it on the roof here, and then have one person out the front here, and then and then you just jump out and then grab it from the back, and then we've got it sitting on a stand there. So that was that. So once we remove all these rusty flatheads and all that, and then undo the screws, of course you're just better off to use a driver, you know, with a Phillips head bit on the end, and then just whip all them out, and then hopefully you'll see us take the top off. So that's where we're up to. Oh, okay, yeah, right.
Are you filming?
Yep.
Where'd my flathead go? Big flathead. Did you just take my shit away?
No. I didn't fucking touch it. You're all by yourself.
Alright. Just need to leave and turn off.
Oh, baby! Oh, bam! Oh yeah, right, leave that seal in place there. Now I'm just going to get the finger.
Really need a better system.
Alright, still recording. Yes, as Andrew was saying, we really need a better system. I had a awesome GoPro, and of course I will never live it down that it's either been misplaced or stolen, and I can't answer any. I got nothing. So what's going on here? This is where the fun and games commence. Oh, oh baby. That's why it's got to be done. It has to get, you have to get the base off. It's just no two ways about it. So yeah, these seals work so well that it just bloody, it just lets water in, actually traps water. Hence why the, oh see, that's sort of had water trapped under there, and it's actually starting to eat away at the metal. So I will use these, new ones of these as the owner wants, but I will be definitely using my urethane method, not just screwing it down and that's it. So yeah, that's oh, I don't know, so we're borderline here. We're definitely I guess once we do the sandblasting, that's gonna show a bit of something. Alright, so what do we got here? See, this is what I mean. It's everything gets trapped under there. Look at this. Oh, see, now it sort of needs repair. And listen, there's just so many Kombis out there that have been restored, and they get painted with this base down. I don't care about the top and the canvas and anything else that's been replaced. If you do not remove this base, this is what it could be like. You could have the nicest, shiniest bus, and then you end up with this sort of action happening, you know, and nobody wants a bit of this action. So bloody, yeah, look at that one. Holy dooly. That's a decent sized hole. And can you imagine when you're driving in the rain, you'd just be bloody dripping down there, and then bloody, you know, Kerry would be like, what's going on? Why am I getting wet? And I just feel like I'm having a shower. Well, actually what happens, that hits the headliner, and then it probably just rolls down the inside of the headliner, and then it just sits in the gutters there and just rots it all away. So this is pretty much what we were expecting. And you go, wow, I didn't realize that was like that. And I'll guarantee you, I'll put money on it, that there's plenty of beautiful shiny buses, probably sell them for 40k, that are like this underneath. So just beware. This job hasn't taken us that long because the owner has stripped everything out. But yeah, it's a bloody big job once you get to this, and then you've got to deal with this rust. So you're probably wondering, what are they going to do next? What are they going to do with that rust? Well, guess what? It's grinding time. So I'm not going to say grinder, man. The bloody yeah. So what? Oh, let's have a look at our weapons. What's our weapon that we use, Andrew? Yeah, let's drag it. Look at that. 36 grits. If you wondered about grits, actually, like how it's obviously the higher the number, the finer the grit. But do you know how it's measured? It is actually measured. This one's a 36, so it's 36 grits per square inch. Square inch or square centimetre? Now Grego looks like a fool because he can't remember which one it is. Let me work it out. Maybe. Oh, I'm thinking it's like a square centimetre, because a square inch is like pretty big, and there'd be more than 36 on this one. Yeah, so that's my theory. So can you imagine how fine the grits are on like 2000 grit sandpaper? So anyway, yeah. So what do? We put this on a grinder. Oh God, we need to clean up in here. So yeah, anyway, you need a backing disc. Where's it gone? I've seen it somewhere. Yeah, anyway, this is what happens when you go live.